What's good, Lucho?
What's going on? What's good? What's good, my boy?
Man, not much, man. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. We're back, man. We took a week off. Certain things happening, but we're back.
Oh yeah.
Talk about the good free agency in the world.
Yes, sir. A lot of stuff been going on.
We're gonna catch y'all
on.
up to the best of our ability. A few surprise subjects to talk about. The Cam Newton signing, the sighting. We'll talk about. But again, man, welcome everyone to the Sports Entertainment and Drinks Podcast. Boy,
Yes,
LB, Lucho, Trill, Marv. Those two will be on hopefully in a little bit, so we can get the all the guys together. But meantime, what up, Leisha? What up? Maybe we'll kick things off how we usually do, man. What we drinking on?
Yeah, man. I'm regular today, man. Nothing special, just a little ice water, man. I'm gonna start back drinking next week, man. Next week I'm gonna have something for y'all.
So usually I go with the tequila, the white tequila. Now they came out. This version I drink came out with the brown version.
Yeah. What kind is that? What kind is that?
I didn't want to do this.
All right.
Reposado?
Reposado, yeah. Because there's a Reposado and there's a Newell. There's another type of tequila. Got like a little, it's tequila, then there's different types of tequilas. But
yeah. This is stage 2. The dude in the store said, "Hey man, we got the brown coming. I know it's your favorite one." I said, "All right, let me know when they get in there."
So do you drink it straight or you put it with a tequila mix?
Yeah, I drink it straight. I mix with some ice, man. It's so smooth, man. It's
See, Zoe know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He just posted it. That's the other one I'm talking about. Yeah, that one. I can't pronounce it, but yeah, Anho or something. Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to Sorry, our brother. But yeah, it's good, man. I'm mixing it now. I'm mixing out. I put some ice. Drinking straight, man. So yeah, this came out. He told me when it came out, he's gonna let me know. As soon as I got back in town, he said, "I got you, brother." So
have you tried the rock tequila?
Yeah, it's Mama. Yeah, that's
yeah. What about the Kevin Hart one?
I don't think I tried the Kevin Hart one.
It's pretty decent.
There you go. He broke it down.
Anejo. Yeah.
I knew it's J. The J. They don't say J.
Appreciate you, Zoe. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it with our tequila lesson for the day.
Yes, sir.
But the Casamigos is good. It's strong. That's what Mark.
But you know what? From real tequila drinkers, man, I heard that Casamigos is a little overrated, man. They say that for the price and how they trying to jump it up. They say it's a lot more options out there. Yeah.
This right here is $15.99 a bottle, but they don't have it everywhere.
That sounds all right to me.
That
sounds all right to me.
What up, David? Man, what's good? My boy David, man, what's good, man? Gotta get him on the show, man. This man's a diehard Lions fan. He had a lot to talk, a lot on his mind, a lot of things to express. He feels the same way I do. But let's get right into it, man. Some NBA topics. One of the things that really stood out recently was Michael Jordan was in talks of selling his share of the Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think it's a long time coming. Him over there, he just it's nothing is good. Nothing happened. Nothing has been good since he's been there. Maybe possibly drafting LaMelo.
That's the best thing that happened. That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. I mean, from failed picks from
never made the playoffs.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Yeah.
Was one of those. That was it. So I just think, man, and the thing with Jordan is I think everybody he hires is a yes man. Like he's the opposite of Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is the mouthpiece of the team, but at least he's gonna try to get good results. He's gonna put a fighting team out there. He may have a yes man here and there, but it always turns out the best for him. You know, you got the thing about not winning a Super Bowl since the 90s, but y'all are always in the hunt. And that's what you all gonna be. For that team never be in the hunt, like starting off outside and always being outside, that's tough. For to be Michael Jordan. Do you think that would have? Do you think that would have a tarnish his legacy? The longer this goes.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. if you really think about it, most greats or most guys that are really good in their position are kind of bad at picking talent. I mean, they're kind of bad at it, man. It's kind of hard to judge greatness when you're one of the greatest. Um, and even with head coaches, you think about some of the great basketball players that become head coaches. They don't do too well. They don't. I mean, it's just like that, man. It's normally the kids that you know that's been watching the game, or someone normally comes up that normally gets that type of like a Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick don't ever look like he played football a day in his life, but he just knows the game and knows what type of talent he needs to be successful. But with Michael Jordan, man, I think that everyone kind of had this idea that eventually Charlotte was going to get there. Like eventually, I mean, this is Michael Jordan. He got to know what he's doing.
He
But
never loses. Never
yeah,
loses. So,
loses a lot of bad draft picks. First off, the Charlotte Bobcats was a bad idea. Bobcats, the jerseys was horrible. I was happy when they switched to the Hornets, and they look like an NBA team now. But the Bobcats was never going to sell.
Bobcats,
Yeah, you cannot sell Charlotte Bobcats. Like I mean, that was already bad. And yeah, man. I mean, evaluating talent could get a little cloudy, like you said, when you're dealing with yes man. Michael Jordan might see something, but everybody want to be on his good side and be like, yeah, go with him. That'll be fine. So that can get a little cloudy also. But yeah, I think it's past due, man. I think it's past due. How long has he been with the Bobcats? It feels like maybe what, 15,
like
maybe
forever. It's
20
like
years?
yeah, I think it was good 8, 9, 10 years. Maybe he's with the Bobcats before they switched
Okay.
over.
Yeah.
I just remember those
Yeah.
Bobcat jerseys and seeing a Mecca Okafor.
Horrible. Horrible,
Mecca
man.
Okafor,
Horrible.
Michael
Omega
King,
Okafor.
with that
Yeah.
weird jump shots he turns, it's the sideways. Like
Yeah.
these guys, and it's bad because, like you said, it's oh, sorry, Siri. It's Michael Jordan, so
Yeah.
he started picking players and having them try to live up to his standard. A lot of players said
Mm-hmm.
that when they played with him in Washington, when he was with the Wizards on his last leg, a lot of guys said they
Mm-hmm.
hated playing with him during those times. Like he was still trying to be Jordan he was 20 years before then. He was still
Right.
putting 18, 19 a game, but his mentality was he was the 1985 Michael Jordan, winning slam dunk
Right.
contest, all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you need a new face in that organization, man. Even
Definitely
if you
do.
just step back, I don't think you should sell it. Even if you just
Right.
step back from whatever things you got going on in the organization, just be an owner, step back, and let everybody else handle the
Right.
business. Because I think
Yeah.
his best pick was Kimball Walker. Did he pick Kimball Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
that says a lot. Kimball was an okay player in the beginning, but
Yeah, one thing about basketball, man, most of the failing teams stay failing teams, man. Like you rarely have a team that's like a nobody, no winning team just pop up out of nowhere and automatically just start hitting. Most teams that are trash have always been trash. In the NFL, every blue moon you have your teams that pop up, do a little Cinderella run, but at NBA, man, it's hard to get these big players in these small markets. It's tough.
well,
Even though they throw out more money than the NFL do. It's crazy.
but on the same hand, you can say, look at the Kings now. The Kings, number 2, number 3 team in the West, who's been
That's
down for
true.
years.
Oh
Look at the
yeah.
Pistons. I mean, you see the Pistons are bad, but you look at that team. So,
Right.
okay, in a few years, I can see them with Cade and those
Yeah.
young boys
Yeah.
making noise. Other than
Right.
LaMelo and Charlotte, I don't see
Nothing.
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 They overpay for players who stay there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, it don't pan out to be anything. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
And
maybe
they
we
don't
was
pick good talent.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
definitely. Like you said, it's hard to get people to go there. It's Jordan. It's hard to get these young
Right.
players to go to Charlotte. All right.
Yeah.
LeBron said he plans to play before the season over. The Lakers have been a nice, okay little run. I think they caught up
Yeah.
to the actual the playing game
Yeah.
scenario.
Definitely playing material right now.
Do you? But okay. So when I did this a couple days ago, I thought it would be too late. But they can't. Well, they're still there. So the playing game is it 7 seed? The 7 seed is a playing
Yeah.
7, 8 seed. So they only it's still only there's still only a game. They're 2 games behind the 6 seed.
Okay.
So and the way the Warriors are playing on the road, who has the 6 seed, the OKC is still in front of them. Dallas is still struggling to get their spot. So it's 5, 6, 7 teams, 8 teams within the next 2 games of each other. So
this
what do you think?
This is grind time, man. Like they need LeBron every game going out, man. They need to go on a run if they really want to get into this playoff tournament, man. They're gonna need LeBron to get in there. I think so. I mean, they're a decent team without him. Don't get me wrong. AD get his numbers. They're gonna have flashy nights, but against these bigger opponents with these superstars, you're gonna need another superstar to fight back. So LeBron, man, if he can get out there, man, help the team. They need to go where they're at right now, man. They really can't afford to lose 2 games in a row. They lose 2 games in a row right now, they might be out of there. They might definitely be out of there. So I don't know how many games are left.
I can check for you right now. Because the teams are so close. The race is so close.
So close.
They got as of now. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 10 games left.
10 games left. So in LeBron's favor, the Maverick stars are injured. Luka's out, Kyrie's out. So you might get some L's over there. Timberwolves just got some people back. They might start winning again. The Jazz is still up in the air. We don't know what the Jazz. And then we got the Lakers right behind them. And the Thunder quietly has made themselves a playoff team. I'm hearing that the Thunder got some secret weapons. They got some stuff brewing, and to look out for the Thunder in the next couple of years, next 2 to 3 years. So, I mean, right there, man, it's like four teams that are ahead of them. I mean, a couple of teams have issues, but a couple of teams are rolling also. So, Thunder in their last 10 games are 8-2. So, I mean, they got to pick it up. Mavericks are 4-6 in their last 10, and Timberwolves are 5-5. Utah's 5-5, and the Lakers are 6-4. So that 6-4 is good. They just have to continue, man. Like, we can't take back-to-back L's.
No.
In all reality, we need to go on the streak. If they can go on a nice streak, they can mess around and get to the 6 or 7 seed. If they could go on the streak, let's just say these last 10 games they go 8-2, 9-1. That'll be perfect. They can move up. But going 500, that's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
And look at the teams that's down there fighting for these spots, man. I mean, you could even include Phoenix with the 4th seed. Like they go on a losing streak. They out of there. So the West, the West as a whole is just so competitive. I mean, Portland's not mathematically out of there. 31-40, but
Pelicans not gone.
Pelicans not gone. So you see all these guys out there, players, and it's funny because welcome in the homie Jay. It's funny because a lot of fans are mad because AD is not playing back-to-back games. So it's a back-to-back game. He's not playing the second game of the back-to-back.
Yeah, and that's tough. That's gonna hurt him.
As a competitor, I'll fight any way I can to get that. He's been putting up great numbers lately, and if you fight for a spot, there's no way. There's no way Kobe. There's no way LeBron. There's no way Jordan. None of these great competitors are gonna say, "I'm not playing." I'm not.
Right. How many times we see Kobe go and play hurt, man? Broken fingers, broken. How many times we see Kobe go out there and go play, man?
Right.
We're literally like for real.
The dude popped his Achilles and still shot 2 free throws.
Hey man, come on, man.
But
shoulders, everything.
Yeah, LeBron didn't come back ASAP. I think they can hold it down. If AD, he gonna have. If LeBron is out, he has to play back-to-back games. You can't not sacrifice, a little bit. I understand injury is not your best friend, but come on, man, playoff push. But let's say they feel they got bad, they just win a couple more and get there. So on to the Lakers to the Mavs. Before I just saw the standings, I was going to ask you guys how do you guys feel going to the playoffs, but it's a possibility you may not make the playoffs. The way it's, not the way it's looking, but the team is so close. Two losses in a row can hurt you.
Oh yeah.
With 10, 11 games left. How you guys feeling going into playoffs? Are you making it?
I'm not feeling too good, honestly. I'd rather not make it, to be honest with you. The way we looking, the way Jason Kidd is coaching, his rotations haven't been like they used to be. For me, I'd rather not make the playoffs, honestly. Now, if we make the playoffs, I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel good. I don't feel like we match up against anybody. Luka's been in and out of the lineup. He's been battling the thigh injury. I think he's coming back tonight. But it just goes to show Luka was used a lot early in the season. Playing all the minutes, and now it's kind of backfiring right now. Kyrie, he's struggling with a sore foot. I think he's out tonight. So I don't feel good at all. So whoever we wind up facing, I don't see us going to the next round if we make the playoffs.
Yeah. It's looking tough for the Mavericks, man, and it's just availability, man. We need the superstars to be there, man. Luka. Already, the team was already kind of diminished. Okay, we traded pieces for Kyrie. The defense went down a little bit, but then putting these injuries on top of the Mavericks, it's going to be tough. And right now, they're sitting at the 7th seed, 6th seed.
The Mavericks are not 8th seed.
8th seed, yeah, man. Right so now. If the Mavericks lose 2 games in a row, man, you possibly just sitting at the crib. And like Trill said, it might be a good thing, but man, in all honesty, I like Kyrie, man. I really do. But I feel like if they probably would have kept them players, man, they might would have been in a better position. I love them. Mm-hmm. I love Kyrie, man. But I feel like, man, it ain't so peachy.
And I feel the same way. It's no knock on Kyrie. It's just that when you make a trade like that in the season, you got to build that chemistry up. You can tell that they were still working on that and trying to develop that. So I agree with you.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll pray for the Mavericks, man. But like Trill said, hey, if they do make it to playoffs, what y'all gonna do? Like, I don't want to make it just to get bounced out the first round. So, like, if we do make it, what we gonna do? So maybe Dallas can make a little sacrifice for LA. You know what I'm saying? Take a couple of L's. Let a healthier team get in there. But we'll see, man. They're definitely facing the uphill battle. We're getting into the playoffs right now.
Yeah, I'd rather not make it and just get a good draft pick. Maybe we can get somebody in the draft coming up. So
So, add-on question. So you guys, it sounds like you both. I know Trill for sure is saying he'd rather not see him. I don't know if you for sure said that, Nucho. You'd rather not see him, but that means that it's a possibility this might be your last time seeing Kyrie in the Mavs uniform. Possibility. Yeah. Nobody says nothing. Nobody's saying anything. We're just hearing whispers.
Yeah.
He'd be a free agent, right? Will he be a free agent?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I believe so. Yeah.
It's a possibility you guys walk away with nothing in that scenario, knowing that you get.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Now,
let me know.
It's a little birdie out there. It's a little birdie out there, basically saying that we could possibly do a sign and trade with LA and bring AD to Dallas, Kyrie to LA. It was also reported today that the Lakers are not going to pursue Kyrie. They really don't have the cap space. So if he does end up in LA, it would have to be a sign and trade. And of course, we gonna want AD, bring AD to Dallas.
I know.
Right.
Other than that, the only other team I can see him going to is Phoenix. Going back with KD, possibly, and Devin Book. But we just gotta wait and see what happens.
Yeah. Man. And in all honesty, man, I'm the biggest Kyrie fan, man, but is he even worth it, man? Is he even worth it for the team chemistry, the injury problem? Is Kyrie even worth it, man? Like, bringing him to LA, bringing him to any other organization. Like, it seemed like, okay, yeah, I've seen Kyrie play, but damn, this brother, the times I barely watch Maverick games, I try to, but damn, it seems like every time I try to watch it, I don't see no Kyrie. I'm like, where Kyrie at? So, it's gonna be interesting going forward. If the Mavericks do not go forward with Kyrie, man, honestly, I'm okay with that, bro. I'm definitely okay with that. If they do, they need to work out how to get some defense on that team, man. So we'll see. But if he leaves Dallas, it's no biggie. We ain't gonna cry. We definitely ain't gonna cry over it.
We definitely not gonna cry. But I will say, I think he likes it. I just wish they was winning while he was here, but you could tell he's embracing his teammates, the crowd.
Yeah.
He was on the sideline with a South Oak Cliff hat and a hoodie.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Yeah. I think he liking it out here, but again, you never know though with Kyrie. So
yeah, they got Kyrie affiliated. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if between two, if Trill was talking about I would rather have AD before Kyrie at this point. Because at least AD can play defense and put up points. Kyrie is it's a liability.
Right.
You guys seen that firsthand. So if I choose between two, I hope AD stays and we just move on from Kyrie and find with it. Because and to be honest with you, D'Angelo Russell's been playing pretty good lately. So they get that team full back, get healthy,
fully healthy. Yeah,
team. We'll see. Yeah, at this point, like you said, what is Kyrie? 28 points, no steals.
Right.
Just
You're gonna get
all right.
buckets,
Last funny topic for this, man. Is Dylan Brooks the new Draymond Green?
He wants to be. He wants to be.
Before we dive into this, why does the Grizzlies feel like they have this gripe against the whole this entitlement? Where did this come from?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Before we get into
I do
Dylan
not
Brooks,
know. I don't know, man.
It's fun to go back and forth with the Warriors. We the young guys, y'all the old guys, but it's getting ridiculous.
This team is a young team, man. Let's not forget what happened in the playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
Ja Morant won the game, acted like it was a Super Bowl, got pissed off at everybody that wrote them off. Nah, man, don't try to jump on the bandwagon now. Y'all won't with us. They go on to later lose that series to the Timberwolves. So there is definitely a sense of entitlement in Tennessee and Memphis. And these guys haven't won anything. Haven't won nothing. Haven't been to the Western Conference Finals. Nothing. So I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand it at all. Like, they need to be brought back down to earth, man. But Dylan Brooks, man. Dylan Brooks is he's just doing this for attention, man. He's doing, and like I said, he hasn't won anything either. Like, we saw the Kyrie. Did y'all see the Kyrie jersey exchange? Dylan Brooks took off his jersey, walked over to Kyrie. Kyrie was like, all right, man, here, cool. I'll give you mine. Dylan Brooks was holding his as if Kyrie was going to take it from him. Kyrie politely walked away, and Dylan Brooks just sat there for a brief moment, thought about it, and just walked off. So there's definitely entitlement. Why would you think Kyrie would want your jersey, bro? You just dropped 16, 10. Why does Kyrie want your jersey? But yeah, man, it's definitely a sense of entitlement with Dylan Brooks and that whole organization, man. That's why Shannon Sharp really got pissed off at him, because they was jawing their mouth, and he like, hey, bro, y'all ain't won nothing. Y'all ain't won nothing. Y'all ain't won nothing.
Yeah, honestly, I blame the media for it. I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, he is playing basketball. They're gonna talk. Right. But my issue with it is, with the media, is he the new villain? Is he the new face of the NBA as far as like villains and shit like that? Right. And I mean, honestly, I mean, he's never gonna get a max contract. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna get like a big deal. Hey, why not? Take it and run with it. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not knocking him, but at the same time, I mean, like you said, Memphis ain't won nothing. He ain't won nothing. So
to me, he's giving me more early Patrick Beverly vibes. You remember Patrick Beverly name first got buzzing because he was locking up players, but he was doing a lot of yapping too. I mean, he's a player that can play good defense. He's not a bad player. He does what he needs to do. He can play good. He's a 3-and-D guy. Plays good defense. Shoot on the perimeter. Every blue moon, he'll slash and dunk on you. But he's not that guy. He's not the guy. But he's just a guy. He's just a guy.
I just asked him because I saw it was last week when Draymond took the time out to respond to everything that Dylan Brooks said, about him being the defensive player of the year. Done that. Like, he said, you basically said you ain't done nothing. Like, I don't want to waste my time, but I go ahead and address this. He addressed it line by line what Dylan Brooks was saying about Draymond. Right. It was interesting. I mean, he yaps a lot, but until you get an award, you get NBA.
I will say this though. I mean, I think it's good too, just because I mean, everybody in the NBA in today's NBA is buddy. You know what I'm saying? They all friends.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to have that villain and that somebody that's gonna talk that shit on that court. So it is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have no problem with it, but just like he I don't know. It's just I don't know if it's team or Is the Grizzlies like they feel like they should be somewhere and they're not, and they blaming us for it.
Right.
Had to get that out there,
man.
All right. On to the NFL, man. What everybody's came to talk about, what we've been talking about. We missed last week. So we got all our opinions and stuff ready to go for the free agency buzz that was. Right. I'm gonna kick it off with the first suggestion we talk about. Derek Carr, New Orleans.
Yeah.
What you think?
They needed a quarterback. I mean, Taysom Hill was a quarterback.
Good, man.
I mean, I wouldn't have I think we talked about it when we last was on, but I mean, I wouldn't have gave him that money that he got. I mean, by all means, but they do got a quarterback. I mean, hopefully he wins. I hope they get back their investment. But yeah, Derek Carr to the Saints, man. I feel like it's a fit. I like it too. I think it's a fit. Just get him some more weapons, I believe. Because you can't trust what's the boy name? Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas. Now.
Yeah, and Kamara. I mean, he's in and out too. So, but I think if you get him some weapons, I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay out there.
Don't do no tricks. Let Taysom Hill be a tight end or whatever. Don't put the quarterback. Bringing them in like that's
that whole package. Just get it out of here.
Takes it out.
Right. I think I mean, like Trill said, they definitely needed a quarterback. For me, as a GM, the most I would have gave David Carr is a 2-year deal. I really would have shot for a 1-year deal. I mean, because let's be honest, man, David Carr, his touchdowns and interceptions are decent, but his win to loss, just overall record, is not good. Also, he's only been to one playoff game. So, I mean, he has a lot to prove. So I would have put him on a prove-it deal. Like, 3 years is not bad, but I would have really wanted 1 year and maybe did two. But they needed a quarterback. It's going to be interesting. A new scenery can be good, but I don't see him making any noise in New Orleans, man. I don't. If he had Sean Payton, maybe. But no Sean Payton, I don't know who this new cat is. I don't see him making no noise, man.
I will say this. Right now, on paper, they may have the best quarterback in the division.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. You got Baker Mayfield in Tampa. Carolina is up in the air. And then who's the other team? The Falcons, Mariota? He gone.
No, they cut Mariota.
They got
so you got Ryder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he is the best quarterback in that division. You're right.
So they got a chance. So
they got a chance. They do.
From losing the quarterback in Vegas to gaining one of Jimmy Garoppolo, that was a head scratching to me a little bit.
Yeah.
That means San Francisco going all in with Trey Lance and Purdy, which I get that. I understand that. You get rid of
now San Francisco did some funny stuff too, because they also signed Sam Darnold. Yeah. So what I'm honestly thinking Trey Lance might not be there by the beginning of the season.
I say the draft.
Yeah,
I think that Trey Lance might not be there. Huh?
I think Sam Darnold might be the open day quarterback.
No, I think they're gonna go with Purdy.
No. Is Purdy gonna be back from a surgery? Like he's gonna be ready?
I think he'll be back in time.
I think they got Sam Darnold just for insurance, but I think they like Purdy. But them signing Sam Darnold tells me something that Trey Lance might not be there much longer.
I'm telling you, they're gonna trade Trey Lance during the draft. I guarantee.
He might not be there much longer, man.
You're not gonna Sam Darnold if you're not gonna move Trey Lance.
Right. You got 3 quarterbacks on the roster, and one is supposed to be, Hey, can Dallas? Can we get in? Like, what do y'all want from him? Like, can we try? Can we try out Trey Lance?
Oh, you want Trey? Oh, okay.
I'll try him. Hell. I mean, he was a top pick for a reason. He just want
to move on from Dak.
Hey man, he never got a first shot.
I'm not moving on from Dak to Trey Lance. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying just to throw him in as a starter, but can he maybe sit another year behind Dak? Kind of get a feel for the game. Maybe put him in. You never know. He only lost one game at North Dakota.
Let me ask you, what you think the asking price is? What is he worth?
I can't say. I'm gonna have to say his second, third, or fourth. Not no first. Yeah,
no,
probably like
okay.
a second, third, or fourth. Not no first. Yeah, nah.
So as far as free agents still out there, do you think Carson Wentz will get on a team at some point?
After the draft.
I look at the names of free agents who's sitting out there. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even want to go on the list, but yeah, just to name a few.
Yeah. You know, I had a feeling that after Carson Wentz's last 2 years in the NFL, that this year he was going to be sitting where he's sitting at. He may still make a team, but this is tough, man. You in the cemetery right now because all these GMs, they looking for them rookie quarterbacks right now. So he may make a team, but they're trying to fill their spots with this young, easy money. Maybe somebody get injured, you call in Carson, Teddy, but right now it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough right now.
I'm hearing Pittsburgh for Carson Wentz.
Okay.
Definitely look out for Pittsburgh to possibly bring him in. Even Philly would probably be a good fit. Go back to Philly and back up Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? But, watch for Pittsburgh to make a move on Carson Wentz. But like I said, a lot of these players, you won't see them move until after the draft. I feel like a lot of these GMs, they want to bring in a young cat. Especially when it comes to these quarterbacks. They want to bring in a young quarterback, try to build bring them along, and then go from there. So,
all right. So, what do you think about the possibility of? I know this is not really a free agent thing, but the possibility of Aaron Rodgers to the Jets, and already the pieces the Jets are picking up just to prepare for him, even though that deal hasn't been done yet.
Yeah.
I seen they signed. They got Elijah Moore. They traded Elijah Moore, your boy.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
When they got old boy from the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Where they traded him to?
Hartman.
Who got Elijah Moore now?
The Browns.
Browns did.
Oh, okay.
And then the Jets picked up Mecole Hardman. So they're making moves for your boy to get there. I mean, they picked up.
They are.
Lazard was one of the names they picked up, which is probably the best out of their group that he was asking for. They already was kind of stacked the receiver to begin with. I'm kind of questioning the young boy. I don't understand that one. Like
Zach Wilson.
No. The receiver we just talking about.
You talking about the kid from Ohio State?
Yeah.
Or Elijah Moore?
No, Elijah Moore. Why they trade? What was the reason for trading?
Well, if you don't remember, Elijah Moore had beef during the regular season. He was pissed off because he felt like he wasn't being used the right way. And then, that's when they was dealing with Zach Wilson. But he requested a trade during the regular season because he felt like he wasn't being used the right way. So I just feel like it was some bad blood, and they were just like, hey, let's just get his ass up out of here. Yeah.
That makes sense.
But I think the Aaron Rodgers thing, I think eventually it will happen. It looked like they're getting all the pieces in order to get him. The next question would be with, what do you do with Zach Wilson? What's the next? What is he going to do? Is he going to sit behind Aaron Rodgers, or do you just trade him away? Is he going to force or request a trade? So, but I think the Aaron Rodgers thing is pretty much set in stone. I think eventually we're going to get that ticker with him being traded.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's done already. It's just them bringing in the pieces that he want at this point. But it will happen at some point. I would probably say probably right before the draft is when I would probably expect for them to get that trade done with Rodgers going to the Jets. But, I mean, it's in motion. It's already done, I feel like. The pieces that they got around him, you know what I'm saying? They got a young running back. They got a nice little receiving core. And then, of course, he's going to want to bring in some pieces from Green Bay as well. I kind of like what they're doing out there in New York, man. I think it's time for the Jets to finally, do something like this. Because, I mean, New York, the Jets, I mean, they're a marquee franchise in NFL. So it's time for them to, make some moves like this and make some noise out there in the AFC.
Right.
So, another team I was looking at, we were just talking about it. We actually kind of laughed at them a little bit because of the quarterback situation. But the Carolina Panthers have made some moves. They got some people I was scratching my head about. So they got, I just seen it. And where'd they go?
Miles Sanders,
Adam Thielen.
Hayden Hurst. So they got some offensive weapons to help out. As of right now, the quarterback is
is it PJ Walker?
PJ Walker.
PJ Walker and Andy Dalton.
Matt Curl. Okay.
And Andy Dalton.
Okay. Andy Dalton. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what pick they have in a draft.
They number one overall.
Okay. So you see them going. So of course they probably want to get CJ Stroud
quarterback.
Quarterback. Yeah. You're getting weapons put around somebody out there.
Yeah. They're doing a meeting today. They're doing a meeting today with CJ Stroud. They sent 11 people out there to go meet with him, have dinner with him. So they're trying to figure out who they want that next face of the franchise to be, whether it's Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. Personally, I'm going with the 5'10" kid. But I don't, either way, I mean, CJ Stroud is nice also. Bryce Young, he's just a winner. I mean, he just make winning plays, and I've seen him come up so clutch from last year when he won the championship to this previous year. So, I mean, Bryce Young is just a winner, bro. Makes great plays.
We was watching that Texas game early on the year, the Bama Texas game.
Yeah, and he made play after play.
He had to make plays.
Play after play, man. Made play after play. And, CJ Stroud is good, man. He kind of upped the stock for me when I watched him in that championship game. He did some things I didn't know he was capable of. But some people are kind of down on him, man, just because they just feel like there were some games that they shouldn't have lost. I know they lost to like a bad team and he didn't look too well. But, I ain't going to put that against him. But if I had a choice,
they're losing to Michigan 2 years in a row and not looking good offensively. Like
right.
That's a big rivalry game, the biggest stage other than the championship game is the game. For him to get 2 L's in a row is tough. We've seen quarterbacks like what was the dude number one? Troy, what's his name? Troy
Smith.
Troy Smith. He got in the NFL. A lot of those quarterbacks get in the NFL just by beating Michigan in those games. So that's Carolina eye-opening moves. Because they still got DJ Moore, right?
No, he got traded to Chicago.
So
he got traded to Chicago with that number one overall pick. He was
that's right.
Yeah.
So what free agent moves or any moves in the offseason so far have you done?
Yeah. So, man, the safety that went to the Detroit Lions, that threw me off. Gardner Johnson, that threw me off. That really threw me off, man. Just because I just felt like the Eagles was bringing back a good amount of their team. They brought back the secondary back. After I heard that Darius Slay was re-signing, I kind of knew that, okay, they're gonna put this team back together and come back. But he was like, nah. I'm gonna go with them 3-1-3 boys, man. So that was a big deal to me, seeing him switch teams. Also, the 49ers adding on Hargrove, the defensive tackle. They're adding on another strength. This DT had 11 sacks last year, which is rare. Rare for a DT normally don't get double-digit sacks like that. But for the 49ers to strengthen up their defense by adding him, that was a shocker also. The other shockers was, man, I'm going to be honest, those Cowboy moves. Cowboys trading for Stephon Gilmore. That was a shock for me. I didn't see it coming. I knew that we needed secondary help, but I just didn't see it coming, man. But yeah, Trey, what you got? What was some shocking pickups?
Definitely the Cowboys, because
right.
Cowboys usually, when it comes to free agencies, like we don't do nothing. Like they don't make no moves or nothing. Like they just don't do nothing.
Right.
You pick up Stephon Gilmore, you fill a hole in the secondary. You pair him with Trayvon Diggs, arguably one of the best corners in the league right now.
Yep.
It's gonna be tough for teams to go throw the ball against us.
Yeah.
Then also you steal Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
From the Texans. You trade a fifth and a sixth, bring in arguably, your number 2 receiver. So I mean, the Cowboys making the moves that they're making, I think they're going for it. I mean, again, they're filling these holes, and then on top of that, we got the draft upcoming. So I'm definitely loving what the Cowboys are doing. I know I sound like a homer right now, but they're doing they're doing what they need to do to try to be competitive next year. So shout out to Cowboys.
Yeah, that Gilmore, I think shocked all of us. I think we was online. We all saw that together. Like, wait, what? What just happened?
Right.
Like you added him to that veteran, not veteran, because you guys are young, but you play like veterans.
Yeah.
You got one of the best rushers in the league, one of the best corners in the open field. It reminds me of Sherman, just being on that side, being able to get the interceptions. He may not and then number Cooks. You got Brandon Cooks.
Right.
Like the rich get richer. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
they're bringing in some high IQ players, and I love
that.
They
are.
They are.
Like, I haven't heard a bad thing about Brandon Cooks other than just going from team to team. But I mean, he's a good, solid receiver. I mean, what y'all already got going is just another piece of the puzzle.
Right. That's great, man.
And again, it's gonna boil down to Dak. It's gonna boil down to Dak.
Now the offense is a little different now because now you don't have Zeke. With that offense, you start off most likely with Tony Pollard as the number one.
So that was also shocking. Right.
Is it?
That was shocking. I mean, it was shocking, but I knew it was going to happen. The Zeke being released, I knew eventually it was going to happen, but people were saying that he was going to get released and maybe the Cowboys going to sign him back. If y'all know Jerry, when Jerry let you go,
it's a
it
wrap.
Ain't no coming back, baby.
Ain't no coming back.
It's a wrap. It ain't no coming back.
That's true.
Dez, T.O., like when he let you go, I've rarely seen a Cowboy back in uniform ever. So man, shout out to Zeke. I wish you the best. I'm hearing that Zeke might be going to Chicago. I'm hearing Chicago's in the lead for Zeke. I'm also hearing that Tampa Bay is in the lead for Zeke also. So man, I wish Zeke the best. We had fun with him. It's still gonna feel weird not seeing that 21 on the field. It's gonna take some getting used to.
You got number 20 coming out there. Should have been there.
But I still feel like that's a hole we need to fill though. We need to take care of that running back situation. But
did y'all sign another running back? I thought y'all signed another one.
We did, but that's not nothing you want to talk about.
Hold on, wait a minute. Don't knock it.
Who was it?
Ronald Jones.
Yeah, I'm about to say he's a decent
bro. You got to remember, Newton. Like I was telling somebody the other day, bro. He was starting over Leonard Fournette. His only issue was that he was fumbling the ball. If he can get that together and hold on to that ball, the boy run hard. He has vision. He has vision. He can see the field very well. He'll be nice behind Tony Pollard. Give us that bruiser type running back that we're used to having with Zeke. He can also pass block as well. So I'm not mad at the Ronald Jones signing at all. You bring him in for a year on a cheap deal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For right now.
And then on top of that, again too, you still want to draft the running back. You still want to bring in the running back. We talked about it. Hopefully, number 26 comes around and Robinson falls. That's where I would go. But I love Ronald Jones. I like that move from Cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
Ronald Jones, he's cool, man. I really wanted to bring in Kareem Hunt. I don't know if the asking price was too much. If you maybe wanted too much money, and I can understand that. Yeah, so my ideal situation would have been Kareem Hunt. But hey, we're gonna see, man. Ronald Jones, I'm gonna take you in like a stepchild. I'm gonna look at you sideways until you start doing good stuff, man. So let's see what goes on, man. Because he might be playing some heavy carries, some heavy plays early with Pollard getting healthy. So we're gonna see.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna see, man.
Yeah. Don't forget too, they brought back Rico Dowdle as well. So Rico's back as well. So I know. Don't get me wrong. I love Zeke. I got Zeke jerseys, but at the same time, it was just time to move on. And I'm comfortable with the running backs that we have in that room, especially if we're able to draft a young running back in the draft.
Right.
So I ain't worried at all.
This running back, this draft really works in our favor for the needs that we need. This is a tight end heavy draft, man. There's so many good tight ends in here. And then it's a running back heavy draft too, man. So, if we don't get Robinson, because there's a lot of teams in front of us that possibly could get him. I heard the Patriots want him. I heard the Eagles want him also. So it's a chance he might not make it to us. And you know those Eagles, they'll be slightful. They just lost Miles Sanders. So, I mean, plugging in a running back is, so it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But I would like to get him, but Dallas might have to trade up if they really want him.
Let me ask y'all a question. What do you know about Jake McQuaid?
The long snapper?
Yeah.
He's a long snapper.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's on our team now. I want to know how you guys was he good with the snaps? Do we have to worry about some rules?
That's what we're talking about long snapping now.
Man.
I'm just saying, hey.
He was a great long snapper, but he cost us a playoff game one time. He cost us a game. I don't know if it's a playoff game or a regular season game, but they said that he flinched the ball and he did. They reviewed it and it did. He didn't do it, but they had put it on him. But supposedly he's real good though at what he do. He's supposedly real good at what he do.
This was last year, no show?
I think it was maybe 2 years ago. 2 years ago, but it was just a little something like that. And they said he did it, but he didn't when they reviewed it. And
I don't know what kind of
messed us up.
Bringing in,
I think it was a regular season game. I'm not mistaken.
Consistent with long snapping for a long time. David Moback, the veteran, 16-year veteran. We had one job. We never fumbled a snap. But I mean, if you go back to we were talking about a little bit earlier, the moves that the Lions are making. I know they did a lot of defensive moves. And it may not be big name guys, but it's pieces that we need. A lot of games we would just couldn't stop the bleeding. Like we're scoring enough points, but we couldn't stop them enough to get the victory. Like so,
right.
I mean, we signed Cam Sutton. I mean, hey, it's cornerback. We needed that. We re-signed Alex Anzalone. He's a nice middle linebacker.
I got Montgomery.
We drafted him. It's very rare that we draft a linebacker and keep him long enough to get a second contract. So they see something good in him. We lost Jamal Williams, which it's bittersweet because
I like Montgomery, man.
Yeah, I like Montgomery because he's better. He's better as a. So when Swift goes down, we know, when he goes down because his injuries have been off and on. But Montgomery, we know he can handle. He can handle the load. He's not just there for red zone situation.
He can catch out the backfield.
Yeah, catch out the backfield. We got him. We got Emmanuel Mosley from San Fran. We got Chauncey Gardner Johnson.
Love that move, by the way.
Yeah, so I love what we got. Of course, the long snapper genius, Jake McQuaid. Hopefully, but I like what our GM and Campbell is doing, man. We're making moves. We're getting pieces. We're not just necessarily looking for names. We're getting for pieces that we need in the corner. Corner was our biggest threat. The linebacker. So we bring back Anzalone, Rodrigo. If you know Hard Knocks, he was decent. He's getting better. I like what we're doing. Our offense wasn't a problem. It was a defense. We can score points. Now add Dave Montgomery to that backfield. I love it. Maybe one or two more receivers. We haven't signed DJ Shark, and for good reason. He was hurt most of the year, so I'm not really worried about that. The one cornerback, I'm worried we didn't sign him back. Is you got to be an actual fan. I'm probably gonna butcher his name, but I like the dude. He's still young. Amani Oriarie. Oriarie.
Oh, y'all let him go?
He doesn't resign yet. We also haven't offered a contract. I think he was better than. I thought he was better than Okudah. Especially when Okudah was hurt. He stepped up big last year. He wasn't really big on interceptions, but he's big. It's just containing whoever he was on.
What number did he wear? What number he wear?
24, right?
24.
Okay.
Yeah. He stepped up big when Okudah went out. I think he'd be a good slot corner. But it's the reason why they didn't re-sign him yet. He's still out there. But the draft is going to do a lot. And this is actually one of the comments we're talking about next. real quick. The Lions is in a running to sign Cam Newton. Now,
in a running, is anybody else running with y'all?
Apparently it is. The article I read. In the article I read,
is anybody else running with y'all?
He's.
You didn't see that pro video he put out there? Everybody calling Cam now.
I saw it. I saw it out there.
A mile away. Like, I don't know who's
looking. Well, he threw one D pad. The receiver's like, all right, I'll come back to it. Don't worry about it, Cam. I come back. Cam couldn't hit him in stride. He was like, hello, I got you, bro.
I only brought it up because he'd be a training camp quarterback. You know, I don't see him making the roster, but it can't be worse than we had last year or year before with David Blau. Just having a veteran back there, you know.
Yeah.
We don't expect it. Jared Goff. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so the thing with Cam is that Cam has a problem sitting on the bench. Right. So Cam is gonna come to Detroit. He's gonna look at Jared Goff and be like, this is the guy in front of me. Now, if you tell Cam, because I think that y'all could use Cam, not as a starter. I think y'all could use Cam in the red zone.
I was gonna say that.
Little wildcat quarterback, you know, pounded in there, go up against linebackers. That's where Cam at. Jared Goff as a passer is way better than Cam, bro. So if y'all bringing Cam in, it'll probably just be for training camp. I don't think he makes the team. I don't think he makes the team. But like I said, yeah. Like I said, this draft is coming up. Hey, if I'm the Lions, I might look for somebody in the third and fourth round. I might look for a little quarterback to play with.
Quarterback to at least 6th round, 7th round.
6th round, 7th round?
You convinced me, Lucho. You convinced me how I was down on Goff. I'm like, all right, when they got Goff, got rid of him.
Goff ain't bad.
He wasn't bad. He actually had a really good year. We just couldn't stop nobody. We had some play, and we made a play here and there. We've been in playoffs with there's no reason why we shouldn't have got in playoffs. We had a different play here or there. So I look for the Lions to go real defensive heavy in the draft. Like we just going because I believe our offense is pretty good. Even when we lost Hockenson in a trade, I'm like, we're going down. We actually scored more points after we traded him. So
that's true. Yeah, and I want to apologize about that because I did feel like that was a dumb trade for the Detroit Lions. You traded Hockenson. Traded Hockenson to a division rival, but it didn't hurt y'all. It didn't hurt y'all at all. Y'all still did. Actually, y'all got better. But what I want to hear from you is, are you back on that Campbell train?
So, if mostly people who's watching know this or know, early last year I was off the train. He took my bite kneecaps. We was 1-8. It just looked bad. Hard Knocks just ended the last season. I'm just trying to figure out where's Pimpleton going. If you know, you know. Right. If you know, you know. Hey man, I'm a believer.
Yeah,
I'm a believer. The players talk so high. You know, players gonna say, I love the coach. Yeah. These dudes go to battle for Campbell. We saw two different teams. We saw the 1-18, and we saw the team fighting to get the playoffs. That one team, that one game in between, I think it was a losing team. We lost in between, really hurt. But I think when they fired one of the defensive coaches, it's kind of turned the team. Keep Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn, whoever that guy was in the defensive coaching staff was a problem, and it looked totally different. We still got a lot of points scored on us, which is a problem. But if we start off the way we started off last year, I can see us being even a top seed going to playoffs.
Because I'm gonna be honest with Rodgers bite that bullet, go to New York. I mean, that division's kind of open.
Yeah,
kind of open, man. We know y'all can beat Minnesota. We know y'all can beat Minnesota.
Now, who I am worried about is those Bears because Justin Fields is a beast. He had no weapon. And we lost to them. I think we were 1-1 or 1-2. But he's a beast. And
Justin Fields is a beast. As far as passing, he still to me got a lot to work on. Just as far as just being an athlete.
Who's he doing it to?
I mean, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. I just feel like Justin Fields is maybe like 2 or 3, maybe like 2 more years away, man. Like 2 years away. Yeah.
I would agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah. Like he's not. He like looking at him and Trevor Lawrence is like night and day. He's nowhere near Trevor Lawrence with running the offense and making the right passes right now. In my eye.
Yeah. Trevor is a guy who I was down on early and it's turning to.
Yeah, I was down on Trevor, but now playing Trevor, it kind of scares me. Like he could light it up if he gets hot, you know.
But yeah, I like the direction we're going. If we start off hot like we did at the end of the year, we should be okay. I like where it's going. So another topic. So is it for sure that they're trading Hopkins? Because I want to talk about some of the fits, real fits he can go to. I'm not talking about cap wise because I don't know where everybody's cap, but just the fit. I mean, I know we can probably play on every team, but kind of realistic fit.
Right, man. I think so. I think they definitely do want to trade him. I think that a dark horse, and I don't know if he would go there, but I think it would be a decent fit, and it would kind of scare me. And this is a quiet one, but the New York Giants. New York Giants has no receivers, no star receiver, and they added Darren Waller, and they added Saquon Barkley. If I'm the Giants, I'm reaching out to the Cardinals. I'm gonna reach out to them. I'm gonna put as many weapons as I can around Daniel Jones. I done paid him this money. Hey man, let's shoot for the stars. If I'm the Giants, I'm gonna reach out and see if I could get DeAndre Hopkins. That would be my dark horse team, Giants. I don't want to see it happen, but if they did, that would be kind of scary.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I was thinking possibly, and this is a long shot, you go out to San Fran.
Yeah.
They need that downfield threat. They need that big receiver. They already got a big tight end. Imagine him and Kittles side by side.
San Fran would be nice. The only thing is that I think that cap is kind of jacked up. I think San Fran is kind of at their limit.
You trade the contract with somebody who's overpaid.
Right, trade, let the other team take some of the money.
Yeah.
Like
I said, I don't know the salary cap. I'm just saying this. I think that'll be a nice move.
That'll be scary.
I'm gonna tell y'all the team that should trade for Hopkins right now. I think his best fit would have been the Cowboys, but obviously we're not going to make that trade, bringing in Brandon Cooks. If I'm Kansas City, I'm bringing in Hopkins. I'm bringing him in.
Yeah, if I'm Kansas City, I'm going for Odell or Hopkins. Yeah,
I ain't worried about Odell. I'm just saying that's the thing that's the trade for Hopkins. You imagine Hopkins him in Mahomes.
Hopkins still in his prime too.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, because truth be told, Kansas City been quiet. They've been real quiet.
But Juju went to New Orleans. The guy was talking about that crap. He went to, not New Orleans, no, New England.
New England, yeah.
Oh, he went to New England?
He went to the Patriots.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
You guys Super Bowl ring and dip.
Yeah, I wanna because the Chiefs really haven't addressed that wide receiver. Now, this draft is loaded with them. It's loaded with them. They might draft one early, but off-season free agents, they really haven't addressed that wide receiver position. They lost more than they gained. Lost Miko, lost Juju. So I'm thinking that they're gonna make a splash somewhere.
This is the splash that they need to make. If that happens, that's gonna be scary.
See, but I was also hearing rumors about Barkley to the Chiefs too. Saquon? Yeah.
I don't think that's that much of a game changer. Would Hopkins would.
Pacheco.
You think about it. How much does now Saquon is a good receiver out the backfield.
Excellent.
But
excellent.
If you had a chance to trade between Saquon or Hopkins, you need that.
I'm taking Hopkins.
Give me Hopkins.
There's no knock against Saquon, but how often does
you already got a running back
run the ball like that? Pacheco's a good Pacheco. Cheap running back. So
yeah.
What's it? We on time tonight, fellas.
Hey.
Yeah. We got
time for the showdown.
What showdown do you speak of?
I'm 1-4. What showdown is it? I'm just trying to say.
Man, so I love watching the desperate team, man. Niggas will do anything.
If the people at home who are watching, we have a mad league within the fellas. My team is currently 1-4.
Tell them who your quarterback is.
My quarterback is, the rookie. Is it Stroud? I don't know who I got for quarterback.
Bryce Young, man.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
5'10", Bryce Young.
5'10", Bryce Young. My first 3 games were simulated because I was out of town, and then I won one. And I lost one to Aaron Rodgers. That game was so sad. I was glad I didn't broadcast that game. And I'm playing a team who's in the top of my division, 4-1 Steelers. So,
man,
just go out there and play football. That's the thing. You go out there and play football, anything can happen. And that's why I'm just gonna play ball. I'm gonna drink my tequila, and play football.
Let me ask you this.
He got to turn on his PlayStation the same way I turn mine on.
Let me ask you this. Are you going into this game with Bryce Young as your starter?
Of course.
I heard whispers last game that you want to trade him.
Well, yeah, I looked around. I'm like, you know what? He's young. I can't give up on a young guy. It's growing pain. It's not all him. We have to protect the quarterback. We made a trade about an hour or 2 ago. Boost up some things. My defense is coming ready to play. An offense.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, man. Trill got a hell of a defense too. Man.
I know. So, with that being said, real quick, shout out to our sponsors again.
Yes, sir, Dubby.
We'll get this out the way.
Dubby.
You supplement. You mix it how much you want.
You get yours yet, Viz? You get it yet?
I did not. Yeah, I did not. But Ramon and the other guys got theirs. They said they loved it. Like you say, so it's something that you put as much as you want in. And based on what Ralph said, you don't get the sleeps afterwards. A lot of these energy drinks you drink and then you get sleep right afterward. Crashes they call it. And again, use the code. Like Mom said, use the code. The ANEP code, get 10% off. So check them out, man. I see a lot of. Yeah, this is a new brand. So like you may look at, I never heard of them. They're new on the market. And they're helping out new podcasters. We helping each other out. So when you get a chance, go to w.com, use that 10% off code right there, ANEP, and there you have it. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all.